Here's a prediction that might shock you. Google's upcoming Pixel 10 Pro isn't just another smartphone launch. It's about to fundamentally reshape how we think about mobile technology forever. While most tech enthusiasts are caught up in the usual spec comparisons and camera upgrades, something much bigger is happening behind the scenes. Google is positioning itself to completely overtake Apple's decade-long dominance in the premium smartphone market. And they're doing it in a way that most people aren't even paying attention to yet. But here's where it gets controversial. Google might actually succeed this time. The revolutionary silicon strategy that changes everything. Let's start with something that sounds technical, but is actually game-changing for everyday users. Before 2021, Google was just like every other Android manufacturer. They relied on Qualcomm's Snapdragon processors, essentially using the same brain that powered Samsung, OnePlus, and dozens of other phones. Then something unprecedented happened. With the Pixel 6 launch, Google made a bold decision that seemed almost reckless at the time. They ditched the industry standard and created their own custom silicon called Tensor. But here's what most people missed. This wasn't just about building a faster processor. While other companies were obsessing over benchmark scores and raw computing power, Google was playing an entirely different game. They designed Tensor specifically for artificial intelligence and machine learning tasks, essentially putting miniature versions of their cloud server technology directly into your pocket. Think of it this way. Imagine if Netflix built a TV that was specifically designed to stream their content perfectly, while every other TV was a generic model trying to do everything reasonably well. That's exactly what Google did with Tensor. They created hardware that excels at the specific tasks that matter most for the future of smartphones. Now, with the Pixel 10 family launching this week, Google is making their most significant hardware leap yet. For the first time, they're manufacturing their Tensor G5 chips through TSMC, the same company that makes Apple's iPhone processors. This is huge because TSMC is widely considered the most advanced chip manufacturer in the world. Previously, Google used Samsung for chip production, and those early Tensor processors frankly had some issues. They ran hot, drained batteries faster than expected, and sometimes struggled with demanding tasks. But this partnership with TSMC could solve those problems while maintaining Google's AI advantages. Here's a question that might ruffle some feathers. What if Google's bet on AI-focused hardware proves more valuable than Apple's traditional approach to raw performance? The AI revolution that Apple completely missed, and this is the part most people miss. While everyone was debating megapixels and storage options, artificial intelligence quietly became the most important feature in modern smartphones. Google saw this coming years ago. When they launched the Pixel 8 series, they boldly declared it the first AI smartphone, and frankly, they weren't exaggerating. These devices could process complex AI tasks locally on the phone itself, without needing to send your data to cloud servers. But here's where it gets really interesting for regular users. Google recently unveiled something called Gemma 3N during their May developer conference. This is essentially a lightweight AI model designed specifically to run on smartphones. For beginners, think of it as having a personal assistant that's incredibly smart, but doesn't need an internet connection to help you. Imagine editing photos with professional-level results using nothing but voice commands, getting real-time language translation that actually understands context and slang, or having your phone anticipate your needs before you even realize them yourself. That's not science fiction. That's what the Pixel 10 Pro is designed to deliver. The controversial part? Google is making this technology available to other developers, which means the entire Android ecosystem could benefit from these advances. Meanwhile, Apple keeps their AI developments locked within their own ecosystem, potentially limiting innovation across the industry. Is Google's open approach to AI development the right strategy, or are they giving away their competitive advantage? The iPhone problem that nobody talks about. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Apple's surprising stumble in the AI race. For over a decade, Apple has been the gold standard for premium smartphones. The iPhone launch was an annual event that set the tone for the entire industry. But something unprecedented has happened. Apple appears to have been caught completely off guard by the AI revolution. Here are the facts that might surprise you. 6 months after Google launched their AI smartphone, Apple finally announced their artificial intelligence plans at their 2024 developer conference. These features were supposed to debut with the iPhone 16. Then they were delayed until a month after the iPhone 16 launch. Then pushed to Christmas. Then moved to the first half of 2025. As we speak in August 2025, Apple still hasn't delivered all the AI features they promised over a year ago. Meanwhile, Google is about to launch their 4th generation of AI-integrated smartphones. But here's where it gets really controversial. Tim Cook's company is not only behind on AI implementation, they're also raising prices. The iPhone 17 Pro is expected to cost $50 more than its predecessor, while Google's Pixel 10 Pro offers more advanced AI features, better value, and superior performance in the areas that actually matter for daily use. For the first time in smartphone history, Google has a legitimate chance to challenge Apple's premium market dominance. They're not just catching up, they're potentially leaping ahead. But here's a thought-provoking question. Is Apple's cautious approach to AI actually smarter in the long run, prioritizing privacy and stability over cutting-edge features? Why 2025 could be Google's breakout year? Let's connect the dots and see the bigger picture that's emerging. Google has simultaneously solved their hardware manufacturing challenges by partnering with TSMC, doubled down on their AI advantages with new models like Gemma 3N, and watched their primary competitors stumble through delayed launches and increased prices. The Pixel 10 Pro isn't just a new phone. It's Google's declaration that they're ready to compete directly with Apple for the hearts, minds, and wallets of premium smartphone buyers. For everyday users, this could mean finally having a real alternative to the iPhone that doesn't require compromising on quality, features, or long-term software support. For the industry as a whole, it could spark the most significant competitive shift since Android first challenged iOS. But here's the most controversial prediction of all. What if Google's AI-first approach to smartphones proves so successful that it forces Apple to completely rethink their entire product strategy? The implications extend far beyond just these two companies. If Google succeeds in making AI integration the new standard for premium smartphones, every manufacturer will need to follow suit or risk becoming irrelevant. Samsung, OnePlus, Xiaomi, and every other Android manufacturer will benefit from Google's open AI development approach, potentially creating an ecosystem advantage that even Apple's loyal customer base might find hard to resist. The real question nobody's asking. So here's what I want to know from you. Are we witnessing the beginning of the end for Apple's smartphone dominance, or is Google setting themselves up for another failed attempt to crack the premium market? More importantly, do you actually want AI features that powerful in your pocket? Or are there privacy and dependency concerns that outweigh the convenience benefits? Google is betting everything that consumers are ready for smartphones that can think, learn, and adapt in ways we've never experienced before. Apple is betting that people value privacy, simplicity, and proven reliability over cutting-edge AI capabilities. Only one of them can be right, and we're about to find out which approach wins when the Pixel 10 Pro officially launches this week. What do you think? Is Google finally ready to challenge the iPhone's supremacy, or are they just the latest company to overestimate consumers' appetite for AI integration? Let me know in the comments, because this debate is far from settled.